Hi, I want to tell you a true story. It happened several years ago at a company where I later did some training. They had a worker who nearly lost his foot in a demo saw accident. Here is a picture of the boot that the man was wearing when the diamond blade nearly cut his right foot in half. Brutal. What happened? Well, he was cutting 60-inch concrete pipe, had the saw above his shoulders. It pinched on the concrete and it kicked back violently. He held on to the saw with one hand and it pinwheeled in the air and cut his foot and his boot, nearly cut his foot in half. Brutal, nasty, expensive injury, a freak injury. I've never heard of anything like it. Why did it happen? Well, the saw was above his shoulders, and I'm guessing the pipe was not properly supported, so that when he got to the pinch point, when he was finishing the cut, or close to finishing the cut, I'm guessing that that pipe pinched on that blade and threw that saw back violently. A situation that takes many lives every year in construction. Anybody on that job site could have seen the pipe was not supported, that the saw was above his shoulders. Anyone could have interrupted. Nobody interrupted. All right, we're not trained to interrupt, especially in construction. We let people do whatever they want. If they're taking a shortcut or doing something clearly dangerous, we generally let them be, many of us. What they need is a respectful interruption. They need somebody brave like you to intervene, to say and do something to get them to stop and reconsider what they're doing. You have to decide quickly what kind of imminent danger they are in. If it looks horribly dangerous, it probably is. And you need to act calmly and you need to act quickly. Your approach is less important. Like if they're using a dangerous tool, like a demo saw above their shoulders, or cutting some pipe or any object that's not properly supported. If it's less urgent, like maybe they're not wearing the right PPE, or maybe they're not doing a procedure just right that isn't life-threatening, you can interrupt in a different way. And the way you interrupt matters, all right? R-E-S-P-E-C-T, Aretha Franklin. That is the main tool, respect. The language, the tone of voice you use, the body language we use when communicating tells the person the level of respect we have for them. If we are rough, rude, or overly parental in our tone, the care for the person, the interruption is not effective. So what can you say? What can you do? We tend to hear things like, hey, dumbass. That's one of the most common interruptions, right? But it's not respectful. And it's not productive in the end, generally speaking. We could say things like, time out, can you please stop your work? Hey, can we rethink what we're doing? I'll bet we can find another efficient way to do that. Excuse me, okay, can we talk? Let's pause. How about this one? I know you're my boss, and I still want to share something about what I see happening. It seems dangerous. All right? You can interrupt respectfully. You need to. And there's 4 ways to do it. Number 1, prepare yourself. Take a deep breath, a quick pause if you can, collect yourself. Number 2, get their attention. Get in their field of vision, raise your voice if you can, loud enough. Safely get their attention. Then 3, say something to get them to stop what they're doing. Anything that you think would be effective and respectful, say something. And prepare, number 4, prepare to handle the resistance. You can repeat your request 3 times, at least 3 times, okay? And use we statements. What can we do? How can we approach this? Hey, let's think about this together. So I want you to give you a chance to practice now. And I want you to create the same situation where this serious injury happened. One guy's going to have the saw. Pretend you have a saw above your shoulders. I want the other guy to respectfully interrupt, okay? And I want you to do it 2 times. The first time, make it easy on the interrupter and just say, okay, you're right. The second time, resist the interrupter and say, I know what I'm doing. I'm fine. Who are you to interrupt me? Okay? Remember the 4 key ways to interrupt respectfully. Prepare yourself with a deep breath or a pause. Number 2, get their attention safely. Number 3, say something to get them to stop. And number 4, prepare to handle their resistance. We will deal with resistance in another video. I appreciate your time, your attention. Tom Esch from St. Paul, signing off. What you do today, what you say today, might save a life today. Do the right thing. And thank you for listening.